The news, Uganda's economy has been able to withstand economic shortfalls despite experiencing COVID-19 outbreak. Locusts, rising waters and the floating islands, landslides and terrorism attacks. Now as the budget day nears for the presentation, 48 trillion has been set aside to propel next financial year operations. Sandra Kahunde has a report.
The budget plays two roles. It's both an economic and a political tool. When we see these budgets, especially post-COVID, they are more meant to ensure that household income is achieved. They are meant to ensure that we begin to we reduce households that live in poverty, which they have been reducing since 1990. It is meant to ensure that households are living in the formal sector.
As Ugandans look out for the budget reading next week on June 14, 2022, economists say Uganda's GDP per capita now standing at $1,046. President Yoweri Museveni, during his Tuesday State of the Nation address, said that the entrance point for the lower middle income status is at $1,036, and Uganda has now already passed that figure.
We find that actually the middle income status is supposed to be $1,036, but now Uganda is already $1,046. We have even already surpassed the baseline, the beginning of the middle income status, by $10. The importance of the middle income status is an indicator of economies getting out of poverty. That's what it is. It is an indicator of total economy getting out of poverty. Second, it is an indicator of showing that you are moving out towards less developed countries to developing countries.
The president emphasized that Uganda's economy expanded in spite of the lockdowns caused by COVID-19 and the ever-increasing population. President Museveni also said that the country has arrived at the boundary point as far as the middle income status is concerned.
Our economy has expanded. That is very important. A figure more than 45, I think 44.7 and above, and it is continuing. 45.7 trillion, and also mentioning that our target of the middle income, he said we entered the middle income without, we have been, making noise, working, but we have found when we have already entered the middle income status, using the UN approach. Using the UN approach, we already entered the middle income status. Looking at the infant mortality, mortality is when our mothers are delivering, schooling, and all other health indicators and other factors, including food security, household income, food sustainability, and other factors. I already said it that we already had entered the middle income status. Actually, even before we went to the elections, these elections of this new term.
Before the global destabilization by the COVID-19 pandemic and the Ukrainian crisis, Uganda was a country of surpluses that were crying out for markets for certain products.
This economy, all factors remaining equal and we don't get such a pandemic, we'll recover in 3 and 5 years, we'll surpass where we were before COVID. And I said any economy uninterrupted by security challenges and the pandemic, which has already reached where Uganda has reached, in the next 10 to 15 years can become an advanced country, subject to doing the following things. 1, reducing the informal sector. 2, and therefore also reducing subsistence, getting many people out of the subsistence system, and you commercialize agriculture. The parish development model is going to do that. Ministry of Local Government has launched the widened LED, which is local economic development, to support, again, alongside the parish development model. So what you are seeing is that, again, if market access is ensured, continued market access of quality products, if we export, hear this, if we are exporting 25 to 30% of manufactured exports.
The implementation of the parish development model, whose end result is to tap the production capacity of all the 7 million houses in agriculture, relying on the 7 high-value commodities of coffee, fruits, dairy products, poultry, pigs, fish farming, and food growing for those of 4 acres, unless is one of those good strategies for Uganda to sustain as a middle-income country.
This economy will be advanced. And that effort is there because the government and the president came out and said, import substitution, export promotion. And for access to markets are ensured by security, but roads and other forms of transport. Uganda is exporting more than 50% within the region of the ESC and COMESA. And we can also go to the African Continental Free Trade Area and expand there. And then what is important is continuous improvement in innovation and science and technology. This must be done, and good leadership.
For the 2022 financial year, the World Bank placed 80 countries in the high-income category. Many of these countries, such as the United States, have consistently ranked in this category since the 1980s.